And it makes me think of this isn't comedy, but it's the Christopher Nolan film, The Prestige.
Yeah.
When you have that classic Michael Caine monologue. Like, how can you get through a Christopher Nolan movie without the Michael Caine monologue? And then it, it's based, that movie's based on a book, which I didn't realize, but then at the end, you have that Michael Caine monologue come back, and he's like, each magic trick consists of 3 parts or acts. And then he talks about how, the after the turn, the pledge, the magician shows you something ordinary, but of course it probably isn't. Then the turn, the magician takes that ordinary something and makes it do something extraordinary. But you wouldn't clap yet, because making something disappear isn't enough. You have to bring it back. That's why there's a prestige, which, you could say that's the same formula for a joke, really, of like, you can't just like the turn alone without the prestige would be the setup and the delivery without the punchline. And when whatever sort of entertainment medium you're pursuing, pulling the audience in and making them wonder. And I love that line from Hugh Jackman at the end. I'm not going to give any spoilers away.
The movie's like
for those
15 years old.
Yeah, that's
no
true.
Spoilers. You're okay.
But when he's sitting there and he's like, you have no idea. And Christian Bale is there, and they've been fighting the whole movie. He's like, you have no idea. You don't remember why we did this? It was the look on their faces. Like, if you could make them wonder just for a second, then you've got to see something really special. And it's like, ooh, that's like a really cool line. And I think that you're right. Like, I think that, the world has gotten really serious, actually. Mm-hmm. And a lot of society is really serious, and everything is about trying to make a point. And so I find that even in arts, in classical music, in choral music, especially because there's text, everyone's trying to say something profound or morally just, or there's nothing like wrong with that, in my opinion. It's just not my style. It doesn't speak to me. And so I think saying it underhanded through humor genuinely builds that community bond, which we can talk about in another episode of, like, that's why Sound of Ages exists. And something that may seem silly, like All's Well, that has this incredible depth, pulls the audience in and just like holds them there, and they're sitting there, and then you've got to see them wonder, even just for a second. And then that's when I see and hear something really special. And this now audience is like this community.